Hello, hello. We are almost ready to start our closing session. It's going to be short and sweet, but I will love to see your comments if you're watching live. First, let me know that you can hear me and also post in the chat where you are from and share with us what did you like about the language learning summit this year. Maybe you had a favorite talk or something that you learned. Share with us in the chat, and I'll be with you just in a few minutes, about 5 minutes starting. See you soon. Another quick sound check. I think people can hear me. At least I just saw hello from Russia, from Natalia. Hello, Хорошо, привет, как дела? That's the extent of my Russian. I need to learn more maybe. So if you're watching live, we're going to start in a couple minutes. It's going to be a short quick closing session, just a couple of messages for you. But while you are waiting, say hello in the chat, say where you're joining from, and I'll talk to you soon. Well, here we are. We did it. 2 weeks celebrating languages. 2 weeks celebrating languages. It seems like a long time now when I just started this crazy idea of bringing together lots of language learners and language teachers. But that was it. It was a great 2 weeks sharing lots of ideas, and I really enjoy uh, collaborating with so many language learners and teachers from around the world. One of the reasons I started to learn languages is to connect with people from different cultures, and also this also was a great opportunity to follow my passion on language learning. But this has to come to an end because I can be here forever, but that doesn't mean we cannot stay connected. I want to thank every single person who submitted their videos for everyone to enjoy during these 2 weeks. We have more than 50 talks on a wide range of topics. Thank you so much because your content was very valuable, and I loved learning different experiences and perspectives on language learning. Also, thank you so much to everyone who presented at a live panel because it made this conference so much interesting by having this interaction with speakers. And I want to say thank you to all the participants who came to the networking sessions and the language practice sessions. It was fun to connect and to exchange ideas in a more intimate way, just small groups and talking about our experience. Now, this was the first language learning summit, and I could have done it with your help. I still would like to hear your ideas, and I sent in an email a short survey. If you're watching this recording or if you're watching live in the Language Learning Summit live page, the link is in the chat as well. I would love to hear from all of you to let me know what you enjoyed the most about the Language Learning Summit and some areas that I could improve. I know there's always room for improvement, or maybe new features or ideas that you would like to see in future language learning summits, because this is something that would be evolving. And honestly, I wanted to create more opportunities for language learners, and I did some with some of the networking sessions and the language practice. But my ambition was to do more to balance between language teachers and language learners. But it was a first step. So for next time, I hope to bring more for learners who are looking maybe to explore different languages or different experiences. So if you have any ideas, any suggestions, I will appreciate them. So let me know. I sent a brief evaluation form in email. Check your email, and also if you are in the live page of the Language Learning Summit / live, you can see it there, or on the Facebook page. You'll find it different places. I really would appreciate if you could take couple of minutes to let me know your experience so that I can work on the Language Learning Summit. I have been asked about the talks, all the talks. If you registered for the Language Learning Summit, will be available on the website until midnight on Central Standard Time. So about 12 more hours, because this closing session is at 12 p.m. So they will be available for 12 more hours. And then what happens? Well, if you want to have access to those sessions and even other ways to listen to those sessions, which is through audio, you can purchase the Premium Pass, and that's a way not only to support the Language Learning Summit and all the work that I put together, but also a way for you to have all these ideas and perspective available for you for life. And you can also have the audio of these sessions available. You can download them into your mobile device and listen on the go, kind of like your personal podcast. Um, Remember, there's more than 55 sessions to listen to, plus the audio of all the live sessions. But you could give it to yourself as a present for if your love is language learning, and it's also a way to support this project, the language learning project. So that will help me develop new things for the future, to improve some things, and also to pay for the hosting of all the videos and audio. So if you're interested, go to languagelearningsummit.com, and on the top click on Premium Pass to get that, and then you'll get access to all the talks and the audio of all the talks for life. Other than that, I want to say that this experience have inspired people to connect and to talk about different projects. In fact, for those who are Spanish teachers and have been following the Language Learning Summit, if you haven't heard already, we a couple of teachers from the Language Learning Summit, we have started organizing a conference similar to the Language Learning Summit, but for Spanish teachers. Conferencia L is coming up. We are already working on the details for it, and I will post the link in the chat if you're watching on Language Learning Summit Live. I will post the link because you can already check it out and start thinking if you like to present or participate. And let me check. Someone says that you cannot hear me. Is that true? Oh, yes, you can hear me okay. So I see that Margarita cannot, someone cannot hear me, but other people said that you can hear me. Hopefully I have been talking all this time and people are able to hear me. But it looks like, yes, I can. Let's say Margarita. Okay, so Conferencia L is coming up. It's a Spanish, it's a conference similar to Language Learning Summit, but for Spanish teachers by Spanish teachers. Okay, and what else? So that's what's happening. That's one of the projects that are inspired by the Language Learning Summit. And of course, there are many other things happening. Recently, Lindsay Williams, Shannon Kennedy, and Kirsten Cable announced the Women in Language conference coming up right after the Language Learning Summit. If you would like to keep discussions and learning about languages from different perspectives, and I will be adding some resources on the website to keep you informed. My goal is to keep adding some content throughout the year a little bit, and to keep the list of Language Learning Summit participants. And you're not going to receive an email every day, but maybe once or twice a month with new content, some ideas, maybe from some of our presenters. So I hope you keep engaged and connecting with me and other language learners and language teachers until we see each other again next year for the Language Learning Summit. Once again, I want to say thank you so much for spending these 2 weeks with me. I hope you did have a chance to watch as many talks as possible and learn from all the great content that I put together for you. You still have a few more hours to get that content if you have a registration. If you want to keep having access to the content, you could get the premium pass and continue having access after tonight. And I hope you keep connected through the Language Learning Summit Facebook group and other ways to keep in touch with other language lovers and language teachers. So thank you so much. I want to keep this short because I'm exhausted, but I'm so happy that we have shared this experience together. And I am working on other summits as well. As I mentioned recently, the Conferencia L is coming up. For those of you who are interested in teaching online, the Language Learning Summit was not only for um, online teachers, and Conferencia L is not going to be only for online Spanish teachers, but for all kinds of Spanish teachers. But for those of you who are interested in teaching online or starting or improving, I do have another conference coming up. It's the Online Teacher Summit. And the Online Teacher Summit is for anyone who teaches any language but want to do it online, either because you are teaching online already or you will start teaching online. Maybe you want to start a new business of teaching a language online. So the Online Teacher Summit at onlineteachersummit.com is coming up in April, and registration will open very, very soon. That conference, it's more about the business of teaching online, how to be an entrepreneur and start or improve your business of teaching online. So it's not as much like the Language Learning Summit, it's not as much as different language learning topics, but it's more about marketing and different tools and systems to be an online teacher and an entrepreneur. So that's coming up, Online Teacher Summit. I did it the first time in April 2017, and I'm excited to do a second version. So that's coming soon. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to reply to any of the emails you have received from the Language Learning Summit, and let me know if you have any questions. It would be great to hear from you. Otherwise, thanks again for joining me in this crazy adventure of the Language Learning Summit for 2 weeks. And I hope that we see each other out there at Conferencia L or Online Teacher Summit or in the social media sphere. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and please stay in touch. Take care. Bye bye.